I would like this injury to be duly noted. This occurred within 12 hours, actually within 8 hours of being detained by the Osceola County Police. And they couldn't find anything wrong with me or my backpack or myself, as they pulled me over and decided to search me for a long time and found nothing. I will duly note this did not happen at the hands of the Osceola County Police. I will duly note that within about 8 hours after "You can go home" by the Osceola County Police. In my last video, Osceola County Police searching me for 35 minutes to test some tobacco. That's the name of my video. I went home. I called 911, which is the Polk County Police, a whole different sheriffs. None of these are city police. Please be duly noted. None of these are city police. There are no city police where I live in Poinciana. It is unincorporated. Duly noted. I pushed the bike 30 yards past where I pulled over on my last video, and they searched me for 40 minutes. I've never even been in trouble down here. I don't even know what's it. It's not like I've had run-ins before. I could see had I run-ins, they had something against me, because I've never had a run-in. I pushed my bike 40 yards and I crossed the county line into Polk County, where my home is. I called the police later saying to make a statement that my mail seems to be coming up missing. Upon which Polk County took me willingly without a fight. She Baker acted me and put me in cuffs, and then she had John take me in. So he wrote up the report. I asked him, please don't let them hurt me. We went into the hospital. I didn't argue or fight with anyone, except for that I stunk, and please shut the curtain because there's kids walking around in the lobby of the hotel. See what I'm talking about? The Lakeland Hospital. And they decided they were going to put shots into me with their needles, and I didn't want them to. And John held my arm behind my back, and I asked him, please, John, you said you wouldn't let them hurt me. And it popped. And something popped in my bicep. Right in here. Right in here, my bicep, something popped. This is not a bruise on my, it's a bruise on my arm, but this is blood running from a either ruptured, sprained, or torn bicep or tendon. My bicep that goes into my arm, either biceps torn or sprained or ruptured, or the tendon is. And I would like it duly noted, this happened on the 23rd of March 2011, or 24th, the morning of the 24th. The bruises didn't show for about 3 days. Everyone in the hospital didn't. Well, I went from the hospital to a regional care facility called the Green River, and no one wanted to listen about how my arm is sore. It took like 3 days for a nurse said, well, there's nothing we can do, it's just a sprain. Well, maybe there's nothing, muscles heal by themselves, so I'm sure I'll be okay. I'm not crying over this. I just want it duly noted, this occurred because I didn't want somebody to put their freaking drugs into my body, and it hadn't been during an argument or a fight or fighting them. I let them take me into the hospital without any kind of fight. I went willingly. I went against my will, but willingly. Do you understand? I didn't fight them. I attempted to talk them out of it, with words, not actions. I don't know what that is. But Mr. John, the officer, he's on the report. He pulled my arm behind my back after he promised me he wouldn't let them hurt me, and they started wanting to put needles in me. And I'll talk about it later. She said, well, you have a rash on your chest. I said, it's vitamin D because it's been winter. I haven't been outside. I can drink a gallon of milk in a day outside, and this all go away. And she goes, that's what the shot's for. I said, don't lie to me. I'm not stupid. I know they're not going to give me a vitamin D injection. And I didn't want her to put her shot in me. I didn't want the needles in me. I hadn't been outrageous. I hadn't been fighting and kicking or screaming. I went in, I lay down. Then she wanted to start putting needles in me against my will. That's when I started saying, no, I don't want your needles in me. I'm okay. Now, I don't seem to look okay now, but just, I spent 8 days being locked up against my will, and I think I need to take a calm break right now. I just want this all duly noted, that this injury happened at the hands of Officer John of the Polk County Police after the Osceola County Police harassed me. I went home. I only called because I thought someone might have been stealing my mail. They come in my house and wanted to take me away because I had water jugs and my feet were a little unclean and I had dirty dishes. I guess that's her reason. She seemed to think I acted erratic. Oh yeah, I acted a little erratic after being harassed by one police, but I still had enough trust in the law where I worried. Had I thought something like this would happen, why would I call the law to help me? So within 12 hours of being harassed by one police, I called the other police to please look into my mail being stolen. 7 minutes. Well, I'm already this far. See, I can't see what I'm looking at. Okay. This is, and so and it can be duly noted by the officer that said he smelled weed in Osceola County. I have right now my blood because they forcefully took my blood in Polk County. And I have rights to my own records. So I will guarantee, I will bring my records to show that the first cop lied. Because he said he smelled marijuana. Well, anyone can say, well, I have been in a car with someone else. But no, I have receipts and I'm on a bike. He pulled me over on my bike. I have receipts stating what time I bought my groceries. So for me to bought my groceries and rode my bike that far, how could I have been in a car halfway in between and smelled like marijuana and then back on my bike on the road with my backpack? I mean, so he's saying he smelled marijuana. That's a lying excuse. That's what officers will use. I'm not saying all. I'm not even saying any officer. Maybe I told him I believe you thought you smelled marijuana. Maybe when I have bad breath and I haven't brushed my teeth all day and I smoke a cigarette, maybe it smells like marijuana. To a non-smoker, that could be possible. I'm not saying he lied, but it just, they kept searching and searching, the video's truth, and then as soon as I leave there, I go home, I post the video, and then I call the police, still trusting that the police will do right. I call the police, and Polk County comes I just wanted to tell them that I think my mail's been being stolen. And they carry me out of my house because I'm not taking care of myself. But I wanted to show them I have emails from my stepfather. He's a professor. I have emails from him earlier, like the day before. I have YouTube videos. I've been taking care of myself. Yeah, I might seem a little strange in some of my videos, but does that mean I deserve to be carried out of my house? I went willingly. They cuffed out of my house. They didn't carry me. I went willingly. When I came to the hospital, after John, the whole way, said he won't let in anything bad. Then they wanted to start prodding me with needles and shit. So anyways, they did. They have their blood. And their blood come up negative. I know it is, because I know I haven't smoked marijuana. So right away, the one people abusing me will prove that the first person abusing me lied. Anyways, I think everyone knows where this is leading. Has anyone ever been pulled over, harassed over smelling like marijuana when they were riding a bike home from a store when there's no way they could have smelled like marijuana unless they had been smoking it? And then gone home and called another police and then been taken away because you're not taking care of yourself, and then they force you to give blood that you didn't want to give, and they take blood, and then the blood is going to come up negative because I haven't smoked any marijuana. I did not break any laws. So the one harassment is going to prove the second taking me out of my home against my will, put me in a hospital, put needles in my arms against my will, is going to prove that the first time I had been harassed in the same night, and it's a coincidence because I've never had any run-ins. I've been in Florida for 8 years. I've never been arrested once. My record can show that I had some small run-ins with for like a misdemeanor assault, like stupid thing. I never even heard any. I've never hurt anyone. I have never ever been taken to court over hurting anyone. The tiny little misdemeanor assault way back in South Bend, Indiana, like 12 years ago, it'll be shown. It's just a piddly thing because a girl in the hospital, and I pushed the door, and I pushed the security guy once, and then I said, oh, and they're like, you better get out of here, and it's misdemeanor assault. It's nothing with a weapon and shit. On that. And I just want it known that I have 2 run-ins with 2 different counties in the same night, of one saying I smell like marijuana, but they were going to let you go because they can't smell it, and then another one forcing me against my will to go with them and forcing me to give blood. So my blood test I will open to all the courts to see. I will open it to the whole world to see my blood test, and that's going to prove someone lying, and it's going to prove someone forced me to give blood against my will. And I also have on record, I made a complaint against the Peace River. Peace River is what they call it. I made a complaint, 2-page complaint, and I have a meeting with 2 gentlemen, and we talked over all of it. And they're like, well, we don't want to hear about the food for a second. I said, no, the food is important. How can you expect someone to be mentally healthy without food? So I need to just stop this now, and I'll talk more later. Anyone out there that knows me, or anyone who doesn't, peace. I love you all. I'm going to keep doing what I do. Bill Casper Orchids. Bill Will. I love you all. Bye.